Dr. Emma Taylor, a renowned psychologist with a fascination for the human mind's darkest corners, embarks on an unprecedented experiment. She recruits 5 strangers, each with their own unique motivations and backgrounds, to spend 30 days in the notorious Ravenswood Lighthouse, a decaying relic perched on the cliffs of a desolate coast. Rumored to be haunted by the ghost of its former keeper, the lighthouse holds a dark secret one that has driven previous occupants to madness. The group is tasked with documenting their experiences using state-of-the-art surveillance equipment, EEG monitors, and environmental sensors, with the goal of studying the psychological effects of isolation, fear, and the unknown. But as the days wear on, the participants realize that the lighthouse isn't just playing with their minds, it's feeding off their fears. Jake, a thrill-seeking YouTuber known for his haunted exploration videos. He's here for the views, but he's about to get more than he bargained for. Sarah, a seasoned paranormal investigator who's made a career out of communicating with spirits. But Ravenswood is unlike anything she's encountered before. Matt, a skeptical scientist, adamant that everything can be explained by logic and reason, but even his unshakable beliefs will be tested in ways he never expected. Emily, a spiritual medium, sensitive to energies from the other side. She's already on edge, but this place might push her abilities to their limits. Ryan's documentary filmmaker, determined to capture the truth behind the haunting. As the lines blur between reality and illusion, he becomes increasingly obsessed with the story. From the start, the group is thrust into an eerie atmosphere, with the lighthouse cutting them off from the outside world. The air is thick with tension as the group begins their daily routines exploring the lighthouse, documenting their surroundings and sharing their thoughts. But something isn't right. The temperature fluctuates, strange noises echo through the halls at night, and the footage captured by their cameras is often corrupted or inexplicably erased. Each participant reacts differently. Jake's bravado fades as he starts hearing whispers at night. Sarah, ever the professional, picks up on strange readings from the spirits, but the entities seem more aggressive, almost malevolent. Matt, ever the skeptic, insists it's just malfunctioning equipment, but the more he tries to rationalize, the more paranoid he becomes. Emily's abilities seem to be escalating. She senses a presence in every corner of the lighthouse, one that she can't shake. And Ryan's obsession grows as he begins to believe that the lighthouse holds the key to an ancient mystery, a mystery that could change the way humanity views the supernatural. By day 15, the experiment takes a terrifying turn. The group's equipment malfunctions at an alarming rate. Their night vision cameras capture flickering shadows and ghostly figures moving through the corridors. Doors slam shut on their own, and eerie voices grow louder. Each participant begins experiencing unexplainable phenomena. Jake, once dismissive of the supernatural, becomes convinced that the ghost of the former lighthouse keeper is trying to communicate with him. Sarah's once calm demeanor cracks as she begins experiencing terrifying possession-like episodes, speaking in a voice that isn't her own. Emily's spiritual gifts take on a life of their own, forcing her to confront a powerful, unseen force she cannot control. Matt, losing his grip on reason, is driven to madness, obsessing over every detail and even confronting the group in increasingly violent outbursts. Ryan, the filmmaker, spirals into an unhealthy obsession, convinced that the lighthouse has secrets it's trying to protect, secrets that only he can uncover. On day 20, Ryan stumbles upon a hidden logbook in the lighthouse's ancient library. It belonged to the lighthouse keeper, and it tells the haunting story of his family's tragic fate. During a violent storm decades ago, the keeper's wife and child were trapped in the lighthouse. As supplies dwindled, desperation set in until the keeper, maddened by the isolation and guilt, is said to have taken the lives of his own family. Their souls are said to still haunt the lighthouse, trapped in a never-ending cycle of torment. As the days slip away, the group becomes more fractured. The psychological toll of isolation is too much, and the boundaries between reality and the supernatural blur completely. The eerie happenings intensify, pushing the group to the brink of madness. The once mundane tasks of daily life now feel like an impossible challenge. Food spoils without explanation, and time seems to warp as they lose track of the days. On day 29, the group uncovers a hidden room behind the lighthouse's crumbling walls. Inside, they find the remains of the keeper's family, not just bones, but remnants of their clothing, belongings, and a sense of terror that hangs in the air like a suffocating fog. It's then that the full extent of the lighthouse's malevolent power becomes clear. The ghosts of the keeper's family aren't just haunting the place, they are feeding off the participants' collective fear. The more the group unravels, the more the lighthouse itself seems to evolve, warping into something more sinister, more alive. At the peak of the horror, as they try to escape, the lighthouse seems to push back, trapping them within its walls. The participants are forced to confront their deepest fears, and, in the process, the lines between the physical and the mental collapse entirely. The experiment ends abruptly, but not as expected. The group's harrowing experiences weren't just paranormal occurrences, they were the manifestation of their collective psyches, their shared anxieties, and their darkest desires. The lighthouse, a symbol of isolation, became a mirror reflecting the hidden terrors of the participants' minds. It was never just the ghost of the keeper, it was the ghosts of their own fears. The survivors leave the lighthouse, forever scarred and shaken by the events. Their lives and their perceptions of reality are irreversibly altered. Ryan's documentary, once intended to reveal the truth of the haunting, becomes something far more disturbing, a raw, unfiltered exploration of the human mind in crisis. Ryan's footage goes viral, sparking widespread debates about the nature of reality, fear, and human consciousness. Viewers are left to wonder, was it all a carefully orchestrated hoax? Or did the lighthouse truly bring their darkest fears to life? In the aftermath, the survivors remain tight-lipped about their experience. But their lives have changed in ways they can never explain. For them, the line between the paranormal and the psychological will never be the same again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling content.